welcome to the second event in the 2 Degrees Business Advantage programme. This is a series exploring the business benefits you can get from sustainability. And today we're going to focus on collaboration, how it can drive innovation and business advantage.
So what really good sustainability innovation, sustainability improvement have you made in your supply chain?
A sustainability supply chain school for the UK construction industry. That will provide learning and development resources for UK construction supply chain. Number 2, we've developed something called the colour palette within our business. And the colour palette defines 3 areas of our journey to deep green. Vanilla, left-hand side of the palette, is compliance. Green is we start to move from compliance into doing things to buildings and infrastructure that makes it more environmentally responsible. And then deep green is where we actually construct things that have net zero carbon, zero energy, zero water, zero waste. And we have a map that takes projects from the vanilla to the deep green. And the third area of innovation, and probably the best one, is our annual Innovation Awards for sustainable solutions from our supply chain.
And what about you, Ian?
Yeah, I agree very much. What we're trying to get here is partnership. We have a way of educating the supply chain. We have web-based training that any of our suppliers can get into, and that tries to take them beyond just the compliance. The second is that we do have direct intervention as well, that we will actually go and work with major suppliers, particularly on operational savings.
Paris, do you want to provide some thoughts on what
Yeah,
has
sure.
done with some really good things?
Within supply chain, for example, we've trained all 800 staff across more than 20 countries on our code of ethical purchasing, and that takes them through each of the key elements and gives them guidance in terms of what to expect, what to look for. And I think there's 2 key themes within supply chain. I think one is collaboration, and then 2 is really making the sort of initiatives relevant to what we're trying to address as a business. So around collaboration, Vodafone teamed up with competitors to work on sharing audit results. Last year we joined with 6 other mobile operators to share our audit approach. So we kind of put all the suppliers in a pool, and then we divide who's going to audit who, and then the results are openly shared, and the development activities openly shared. And that's saved us significant time and effort, as well as increased visibility within the supply chain.
Name a couple of business advantages, not carbon, not sustainability, but business facts and figures you can actually give to your board and say, this is where our sustainability programme has really given us business advantage, increased sales.
Okay, I'll give you 3.
Okay.
Our sustainable procurement approach has allowed us to consolidate our supply chain significantly over the last 2 or 3 years, because we've consolidated to a group of suppliers that are able to deliver our sustainability objectives. What comes with that consolidated supply chain is consolidated spend.
Okay.
And we've linked that category work and consolidating the spend to the sustainable approach that we've taken, and that's equated to around £11 million of saving. We know that we've won work on the back of our sustainable approach to the way that we bid.
We have some questions coming from the floor. Where do you see innovation coming from? So do you actually have tie-ups with academic institutions, or do you have your own internal R&D that's driving elements as well?
More and more we rely on our suppliers for products and services.
Okay.
We see quite a lot of collaboration and sort of R&D and ideas coming through that particular form. So I mean, we have in South Africa partnered with 2 major network suppliers to have a site solutions innovation centre, and we try out new pieces of kit.
If you're working with somebody who doesn't see innovation as their key to new business, then they're not going to be a supplier for very long. We want to use sustainability as a way of generating more business, which means we have to keep taking innovation to customers.
Do you also have one tip you want to share with everybody? If the one thing that you've done that's really made a difference with your supply chain?
Take the relevant bits out of the business and also try and understand from the supplier's perspective what's relevant to them and tailor it. It's not the easiest thing for procurement to do because it takes a little bit more time, but I think you connect better. That would be
what about you,
suggest.
Ian, in 20 seconds?
Create the link across the value chain, between what customers want and what you need from your suppliers. And that gives you the business reason for doing it. Because if your customers are requesting it, that's the reason why you're asking your supply chain.
Okay. 20 seconds for you.
Set the standard that you want and develop that standard based on what customers want from us.
So what I've heard, it's all about relevance, setting standards, engaging and collaborating, and making sure that you are seen to make a change with the information you ask. You're not that sponge that all the information goes into.
So it's been a great conversation. Sally, Vivian, I'd like to thank you very much for sharing it. It's been tremendous. And gentlemen, your input's been very insightful, very honest, which is great, and I'm sure very valuable to the people watching.